Hi, we bring to you noWhinge. There are numerous design flaws all around us, websites being no exception. Here are examples of a few web complaint forms. We feel that filling such a form is a cumbersome process and often leaves the user frustrated and annoyed. Such a form is not intuitive and can be made more user-friendly. Another design flaw per se is the way authorities service issues. Each locality has its own governing body, within which various departments service different issues. The complaint needs to be sent in a particular department based on the issue. Figuring out which department of which authority we need to send the complaint to is user hostile and can deter users from complaining. Our objective is to build a web-based platform for logging in complaints. Our foremost task is to make the complaint form easy to use and intuitive. We have automated the platform to differentiate whom to send the complaint to based on location and issue tags of each complaint. This is done to save time of users and to make the process more fluid. To keep the user more aware and in the loop, we are building a locality issue-based analysis platform that visualizes data of the complaints. One of the use cases of such a platform can be people choosing localities for property rentals. Another feature that we thought may be helpful will be a user-based review platform. Through this, users can rate the process of resolving of complaints in their locality. We built a web app as opposed to a mobile app because we wanted to be more inclusive of all devices, as a web app can be accessed through any browser. We follow an iterative design approach in all phases of building a website. The iterative design process includes three major steps: design, prototype, and evaluate. We brainstorm ideas at each phase and build the design. As a physical manifestation of our design ideas, we perform quick prototyping to validate our design choices. Such quick prototyping includes low fidelity and high fidelity representations. We evaluate our prototypes with users and ask and understand their thinking as well as interactions with our product through task analysis and contextual inquiries. Following the user iterative design process, let's have a look at our first low-fi iteration. We formed a paper prototype for the initial fields of our website. Such prototypes help us to think of how to build the user experience. To build a working prototype, we use proto.io. Such a low-fi is useful for determining the user experience. To evaluate the user experience of our prototypes, we conducted rigorous user studies, asking users to interact with the prototypes, perform tasks covering all aspects of the application, and then getting user feedback on the ease of use and intuitiveness of the platform. Here is our first low-fidelity prototype on proto.io. We are using proto.io to capture all the user experience and also how different elements of the UI are interacting with each other. Let's log into our system. It takes us to our user profile page. From here, if I go back home and try to search for a locality, it takes me to a page from where I can log in the complaint, view reviews, or look at analysis. Say I want to log a complaint now. From here, over here, I choose an issue and fill in the rest of the details. I can also choose the location from this map over here. I submit my complaint, which gives me a reference ID and the option to port my complaint to different social media platforms. This takes me back to the user profile page. Over here, I've got a list of all my past complaints with the reference number, locality information, and the description. I also have option to change my default contact or the default location. The analysis page contains data representation of complaints and issues as heat maps or as graphs. I can filter this out based on locality or issues. The review platform is a platform with reviews from multiple users. Over here, I can post reviews for any issue that I have faced based on the reference ID and writing my own review here. I can also sort out reviews based on locality and issue. The task analysis is followed by questions regarding aspects of the portal where we had doubts as to which approach to take. Following are the results for the same. We were initially keeping a standalone sign up and login for our website. Users believe that we should have the option for logging in from Facebook or Google, since they already have their accounts on such platforms. We wondered if it would be a good idea to give each complaint a unique reference number to track it. Users believed this was actually a good idea. We were unsure if social media would play an important role in such a platform. Users believe that if we give them the option to port their complaints to such platforms, it might get these problems into limelight. We were not sure about the usability and the effectiveness of an analysis page. The users believed that such a page might actually be helpful. We were wondering if a guest user login is a good option if someone does not want to sign up to our website. Some people agreed. Multiple users suggested that we have the option for a resubmit button for a past complaint so that we do not have to create a new complaint for the same issue which we have already encountered in the past. Following the iterative design process, let's have a look at our second Lofi iteration. Considering the input from our first user inquiry, we created new paper prototypes while keeping the suggested changes in mind, like adding Facebook and Google login. We also added a plus button in the user profile page, allowing people to resubmit old complaints. To build a working prototype, we again used photo.io. To evaluate the user experience of a prototype, we conducted rigorous user studies as well as contextual inquiries. Here we describe our output from the user study. We believe that clicking the site logo, we should go to home. Users believe that we should add a dedicated button to go to home in the navigation bar, as using the logo to go to home was a little ambiguous. Clicking the plus sign in the user profile page to resubmit a complaint was not very clear to a lot of users. So we made changes of converting the plus button to an actual resubmit button. Having the review platform for each locality and issue. We believed if we had a review platform, this would be helpful to users. Users believed that this feature was kind of redundant and was not needed in such kind of a platform. Following the user iterative design process, let's have a look at our first high-fidelity iteration. Based on the inputs from our last user inquiry, we made changes to our website. For this, we used proto.io and created a hi-fi prototype. For the evaluation process, we gave the users the task to file a complaint on various government grievances portal and on our complaint portal, so that they could compare them. Let's have a look at a demo of our high fidelity. Here is our high fidelity prototype which we built using proto.io. This is a much closer abstraction to what our site would actually look like. It captures the user interactions and user experience better. From the home page, I can search for a specific locality. This gives me the option to log a complaint or look at the analysis for that locality. Say I want to log a complaint. Over here, I can fill my name, select the issue, describe about my issue a little bit, add my contact details, and choose my location of the problem from this map present here. I can then submit my complaint, which asks me to log in Now if I try to submit, it generates a reference ID and gives me the option to port my problem to different social media platforms. I can always have a look at my past complaints on my user profile page. These are the ongoing complaints. If I want to mark a complaint as resolved, I can do so by this button. Also, I can resubmit a complaint if I feel my voice has not been heard. This is the Resolve tab. This shows me all my past complaints that have been resolved. Now let's have a look at the analysis page. Here, I can set in parameters to filter out what location and for what issue do I want my analysis to be done. This is the heat map. This is time series data, and we can have a look at the pie chart as well. Our website also contains a contact page that makes it easier for you to contact us if you have any queries, and also an about page which talks about our team and also about our vision and why we built noWhinge. We also have the option for you to sign up if you're a new user. You can always set your default location or your default contact from your user profile and change your password anytime you like. Here we present to you a sample of our complaint form. There is less information needed here. Similar information has been grouped together, so it's a little more user friendly. Also, the input of location is map based. This is more intuitive to the user as they can simply search for the location in the search box or actually search for the location using the pin. Now we would like to talk about security versus usability. Let's look at an analogy. Say I put lots of locks on the door of your house. It would be tough for you to enter your house every time. But if I don't put enough locks or if I don't have enough security, there might be a concern to your safety. Similarly, the systems that I build, if I make them very secure, then the user experience may be tarnished. But if I do not provide you with enough security, then your privacy may be in question. Here are our improvements based on security concerns. We removed guest user login. This was a very user-friendly approach, but the security was in question. We restricted the number of complaints posted by a user, and we added reCAPTCHA captcha. We are now doing a two-factor authentication during sign-up. We are now putting a restriction on the types of files that can be uploaded in the complaint forms.